Hello guys and welcome back to Winetastic Me. I want to say today, look at the fruit. We're near August. The fruit's showing its true colors. I want to talk about winemaking and my dreams about becoming a winemaker. I used to be a big dreamer about becoming a winemaker, and once I found out what it was all about, I changed my mind. Because becoming a winemaker is not easy. They're really at the mercy of the weather. Uh, there's no real way to predict how good the harvest or how good the harvest is going to be, the fruit's going to be that year. And, it's a full time job. I mean, 4 months of the year, you're completely working around the clock. And you're blessed if you have fruit that looks like, not like that, that's a little green. Fruit that looks like this, you're blessed. This has got true colors. So, like I said, you're at the mercy of the weather. It really comes down to science. Everything has to come together. It's got to come down to good fruit, number one. So the weather has to be good before anything, and everything else has to come together for you to be able to make good wine. Um, the last few days of the harvest it has to be warm enough to be able to grow the grapes that you need and get the job done. You don't want the fruit to be like this green to make a good Cabernet Sauvignon because it's not going to be good. It's not going to be ready. It's not going to be something you can drink in the next couple years. It's going to be something that you're going to want to save for 20 years, 30 years. So it's always easier to know what the wine's going to taste like when the fruit is ripened. And, especially here in California, everyone expects a certain level of quality and readiness. So now the winemaker has to go into the tasting room into the lab and make sure that all the wine is tasting really good once it's crushed and produced, and making sure that everything comes together. And there's also some other things I want to talk about, like the way that they build these canopies. See, if you see, this is pretty uncovered. In some cases, if it's too hot of a valley, they can't do that. They have to have it be to the point where you can actually get more sun or less sun. Sorry, you want to get less sun, otherwise the fruit will burn. But if it's like this kind of fruit, which I believe this is Cabernet Sauvignon, you can get plenty of sun. But if you see in some other cases, they leave some canopies like this, a little longer leaves. You can barely see the fruit. It peeks out a little bit, and that allows the fruit not to burn, and allows for the crops to be a little healthier in some cases. But it really depends on what the winemaker is trying to achieve with it, and that's what you want to make sure that everything's in the right position. If you want to have the right canopy, you gotta make sure, like, these guys are going straight up. The vines are going straight up. See, so it's generating. It's to the point where the vines are making sure that all the effort and all the nutrients go into the fruit more than anything. But then again, you want to create the canopy, right? Here's the canopy. There's no fruit over here that I can tell. Usually the fruit's always lower. So all of this right here, in some cases, all this extra stuff is just taken away from the vines, from the fruit. So in those cases, you're gonna get the end result is gonna be this: smaller berries. You want a better crop. You gotta eliminate some of this. Yeah, do leave a little bit of a canopy here. Eliminate all this green stuff that's taking the nutrients from your vine, so you can have bigger fruit, bigger production, bigger clusters, and more wine to enjoy ultimately, right? So these are all secrets the winemaker has to deal with, and it all starts here in the vineyard. See, look at this. They're beautiful, but they could be bigger. This one's a little more full here. There's plenty of fruit here. See that? A lot of fruit right here. Look at that. Wow. There's plenty of fruit right there to go. That's kind of how the ideal one should be. Clusters have to be that big. See, instead of these little ones right here. And if you look at some, they're like tiny, hardly anything. So you want to go back to this, and definitely this right here is ideal. Look at my hand, all the way in the back of my hand is nothing but fruit. Anyway, you guys, want to make a quick video, tell you it really comes down to science, and winemakers are at the mercy of the weather to produce good wine and stay consistent. That's always a challenge. So ever since I found that out, my dream about becoming a winemaker stopped, because it's a full commitment and it takes a special person to do that. Welcome back to Wine Test TV, guys. I hope to see you in the next one. Enjoy. Take care. Have a good one.